Uno
Hello,
Mas.
stragglers.
What is up? Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. It is December 22nd. Happy National Shirt Person Day, National Cookie Exchange Day, Mathematics Day, National Date Not Bread Day. What the fuck is date not what? And National Betty Day. So that'd be it. So jump into the game. So have you watched any shows lately? Because I have. I did tell you
Uh,
this, but I
I
have.
I caught up on Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
There was a really bizarre episode. I'm just gonna give away the twist. So basically, the episode for you, I know what you want to talk about. So, but so it starts. There's this couple. They're looking at this house, and it has a telescope.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy, um, this guy starts looking at the telescope out of like just curiosity. I just think that because of this show, I'm like, all right, this guy's obviously going to be some kind of perv or something. But he sees a woman getting dressed, and she had a gun pointed on her. So, he calls the cops. Blah 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 blah. They start investigating, and then they see like, it was this 18-year-old, and both this 18-year-old and her stepbrother were held at gunpoint, and they assume that she was essayed, and she does tell them that she was essayed, but then it starts getting, so they obviously assume it's the gunman. Well, then the guy who sent them a video, and it shows that no, the guy pointed the gun at both of them and made them do it to each other. That's there's still more. So do some more.
So what's the affiliation between these two again?
Stepbro and stepsis.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Oh, it keeps going.
Okay.
So they start thinking out like who would force. So they obviously point to the biological father who lives in the Bahamas, and they find out that he was caught with photos of an underage girl on his phone.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
That's bad.
But it gets worse, so they bring him in, and they're like, and he goes, yeah, those photos were of the stepsister, but he says, but that wasn't my phone. That was the stepbrother's phone. And they're like, that's weird. Why would he have a hidden folder of pictures of his stepsister in beach bikini? And she was underage. And it's like, So they do some more digging, and so the twist was the stepbrother was behind it all. The stepbrother was in love with his stepsister a little too much, and basically the guy who pointed the gun at him was one of the guys he plays Rainbow Six Siege with. And he messaged him on Discord, and he was like, hey, I want you to steal this person's credit card, come up here and pretend to be a kidnapper, and force us and point a gun at us so I can have sex with my stepsister. Ugh.
Sweet.
Like, what a plan. What a fucking plan.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong with that one.
And I also have to mention this stepbrother he's 17 and the stepsister was 18. So, yeah. But yeah, they were like, and then when he like confesses it to it all, he blames his mom, being like, well, it's all your fault. And she's like, what do you mean it's all my fault? He's like, we're the one who talks about how great she is. Like, what? But yeah, It was pretty also problematic that that whole family had problems anyway, because they were like very open, like, yeah, we both started seeing each other when we were both married and both filed the divorce so we can be together. And I'm like, yep, there's this whole family's just full of problems.
Yeah, not illegal, but like not morally okay.
But yeah, and I couldn't keep up with, because I didn't have Peacock anymore, and then I just saw, because of Hulu, that it was on Disney Plus. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah.
I don't think they have all the seasons. I think I just finished up the season I was on, because they kind of, what they do is they kind of do like an intermission for the season. Like they'll do like they'll release a few episodes, and then they'll like stop, and then like a couple months later they'll release more. And so I kind of and that didn't update to the new season, unfortunately. So I will have to wait. But yeah, that was the only one I can recall that kind of stuck to me.
Yeah.
The only other one that I can recall was one that kind of pissed me off, is because they kind of... So one of the best episodes of that show is an earlier season where Olivia, she's on the phone with this little girl who's like kidnapped or like buried alive somewhere, and she's like stays on the phone with her the whole time. So in the newer seasons, that she's all grown up now, and she decides to become a cop because, you know, she kind of got her life saved by one. So, and I was like, you know, this could be really cool. We could have her being on the show as like a mainline like detective. It would become like this full circle thing, and it would be kind of legacy as well. And then in this one episode, I guess it's a two-parter with the main Law and Order, like crossover with the main Law and Order. They kill her off, and that kind of pissed me off, because I said, you guys just kind of wasted potential with this character. Yeah. Like, and it was like really brutal too. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I get like you can have like this whole like guilt kind of thing, but it's like at the same time, it's just like you had like an opportunity to like
do something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have actually put her in like the main show and have her work up to be a detective and join the actual squad, because it would just make sense that way thematically.
Yeah. To
be like the having like the little girl that got saved become one of their detectives, like it would. But no, they
well, unfortunately, real life is also kind of that way.
Yeah.
In a sense, so.
I know, they're trying to be real about it.
Yeah, but also it's a TV show,
yeah.
So. I mean, I see your point, but. Real life doesn't care about fairy tale endings.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, no, we're gonna burn her alive.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking kill her.
Yeah,
how
burn
do you
her
feel
alive.
about that? Huh? Makes you want to cry, huh? Huh, buddy? Fucking piece of shit. You good, bro? This island's a good home, but I don't mind traveling a bit. You know, meet some snow folk from all over the world, compare snow stories, try some new snow foods. Oh yeah, this guy's fucking dying.
Alright, you're up.
Yeah, so I've been watching it, Welcome to Derry.
Mm-hmm.
I became a big fan of that franchise ever since we watched the 2 movies on FTC. And when I heard that they were doing a new like
prequel
series, yeah, I got super excited. So I don't know. I don't think I want to like talk about like what happens, like spoiler-wise.
I think all the episodes are out.
Yeah, but like in case that we want to do it and you have to watch them.
I'm
watching them illegally.
Oh. I watched them legally, and I don't have HBO Max right now. Oh. My parents had HBO Max set up on their Amazon Prime, but they got rid of it. But I still have Paramount Plus though, so I guess that's. But yeah, but obviously, we might not have to worry about that much longer because of that buyout that happened.
What buyout?
Netflix bought Warner Brothers.
Oh.
So that's why if you go on Netflix right now, a bunch of HBO Max shows just snuck their way onto Netflix. Yeah, we're seeing way too many monopolies these days, guys. But anyway, continue.
So yeah,
I've seen a lot of spoilers, by the way. So
Oh. Well, I have too, but like, even when things were happening, I don't know why I went to the ADM. I meant to buy a new thing. Hey, get your fat ass over here, boy. So yeah, I guess I'll just talk about the first episode. So spoilers for the first episode. The first episode starts off in like a movie theater, and it zooms into this boy. His name is Maddie. And you know, he was suckling upon this pacifier, and I'm like, all right, you know what, different time. I'm not concerned by it. You know, it was probably, you know, very normal back then. And then the lady in front of him was like, yo, shut the fuck up. You know, stop sucking upon that fucking pacifier, or else I'm going to be giving you something else to suck on. These fists. So the boy got escorted out because an employee was like, hey, you can't fucking be here. So get the fuck out, or else I'm going to be having you sucking on something else. And it's not these fists.
actually what they said in the show?
No.
Oh. I'll give you something else to suck on. This, and the next guy, I'll give you something to suck on, but it's not these. And then
Jeffy Epstein comes in and is like, hey, I'll give you something to suck on. It's not either of anything that they're talking about. So yeah, he gets like chased out of the movie theater and then hides, and like the guy who owns the theater showed up, and you know, the employee was like, hey, we're trying to fucking find him. He keeps coming in here. He keeps fucking with, like, trying to see movies for free. And like the owner, who is a black guy, by the way, which will come in points later, was like, hey, it ain't no problem, you know. Do you see his family around? Like, let the boy do whatever he wants, you know. It's not a big deal. And the employee was like, but sir, you realize that's not good for, like, you know, the business, right? And then eventually, just like, you know, they asked like the guy's daughter, the black guy's daughter, who was there, like, hey, have you seen this boy running around? And the daughter was like, who could see the boy behind like a poster, like, no, but like he ran that way last time I saw. And then you know, basically everyone kind of dispersed, and everyone went their separate way, and then the boy walked out from the poster, and then the employee came back in and saw him and then chased him out of the building. And the boy, Maddie, went out to kind of hitchhike because he has an abusive father. So he started hitchhiking, and then his family of fur picked him up. And you know, the boy was like, hey, I don't care where you guys are going, just take me anyway. And so it's like the father went like, oh, don't worry, Sonny. We're leaving there. We're going up to Canada or something. And so yeah, they started driving, just talking, and then like as they were talking, like the girl pulled out a little food container, and it had a word labeled on it. It was labeled livers. And the girl started to eat the livers out of the box in front of Maddie, and Maddie looked over and was like, what the fuck? And then, you know, the girl was just like looking at him. It didn't say anything, but like it just noticed that like Maddie was like just uncomfortable visibly. And then, you know, eventually it turned to like the mother and the son. And the son was like learning how to spell words at that point, because the son was like little age, like probably like 5 or something, and the mother just was like kept asking him to have him spell words. And while that was happening, Maddie noticed that it was the father had turned around and was going back into Derry because he saw the sign coming up. So he was like, "Oh, hey sir, you said you're leaving Derry," and it's like, "Sonny, if you keep sucking that pacifier, I'll give you something else to suck on. I swear to God." And then Maddie was like, "I thought you guys were leaving Derry," and then the dad was like, I forgot what the dad said, to be honest. Probably about something about sucking on something. And so yeah, basically a whole lot of shit just started happening. The family started acting crazy, and it got to the point where, the mother just kept aerially started asking the son to spell words, and then that escalated, and eventually the mother asked the son to spell kidnapping. And shit just started happening, and then the mother was pregnant, and then she gave birth to this little demon baby with wings, and it started flying around the car, and then things started coming down, and then Maddie what?
She just gives birth to a demon baby with wings. Things start calming down.
Well, no, because the baby was flying around all throughout the car. I forgot to mention that, but it was flying around the car. The blood just was fucking everywhere. It was really graphic. But when the demon baby was getting burned, the birth process was happening.
That was like, you better stop flying around, or I'll give you something to suck on.
I also going to give you something to suck on, baby. It's gonna be Maddie's pacifier. But the demon baby is flying around everywhere. The flame is joyous, look at the baby go. And then eventually that's when things started to calm down. After a little bit, the family was not talking. The Maddie was just focusing on himself, looking out the window, closing his eyes, covering his ears, suckling on his pacifier, going. And then the baby stopped on the seat of the father, and everyone in the back seat just started staring at Maddie, the sister, the brother, and the baby. And eventually the camera zoomed out of the car, and then you just see the demon baby ramp up, fly out the window, and then Maddie's pacifier shoot towards the camera as well. And that was when the show had its title card. And then it cut to 2 characters who were just hanging out. What the fuck were their names? Teddy and Phil. And all that jazz, 2 friends, and they're just Teddy was man, Maddie has to still be alive out there, that classic it trope. And then Phil was just no, Teddy, idiot, he's dead. He's dead, Teddy. And then, they're just talking about it, and then we gotta get to the bottom of this shit, man. Something happened to him. We gotta get out there and figure out what happened. And then Phil was I don't know, man, maybe he got sucked on or something.
I'll get some.
Maybe I had to get sucked on somebody. And then it was fuck, I forgot how they met Lily. Lily is kind of I guess the Bill of this group, kind of the main one. I forgot how they came across her, but I guess I'll keep talking about it next episode, because we want to get through these episodes. So yeah, that will get do that. What the fuck? They'll do it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smell the roses.
Fellow American.
My fellow American.
Smelling roses today.
Yeah. Smell good. They smell red and stuff. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Bye bye.
Goodbye.